Tēnā koe, nau mai piki mai, thank you for coming on today. Before we do get into our kōrero today, can you just let our wānau know, ko wai koe, I guess, who are you and where you're from?
Ko Christine tōku ingoa, no Raetihi, aha. Ko Ruapihu tōku maunga. I'm Christine, I was born in Raetihi. I grew up in Ohakune. My whānau are from the Raetihi and Pipiriki area. And now I'm living in Santiago in Chile.
Wow, Santiago in Chile. First of all, welcome on. Beautiful to have you on here today. Obviously from Chile. Wow. Well, from here, from our awa, but living in Chile. First of all, what took you to Chile?
I met my partner about 5 years ago. He's Chilean. And we decided to make the move here because we were pregnant with our first baby.
Wicked, and without a doubt, you know, we've all seen the latest on COVID, on Delta, and I guess the realness, but there's still that majority of people that I guess think otherwise. First of all, what is the situation of COVID like in the part of Chile where you are?
Well, I'm living in Santiago, and Chile itself, we're about 9 million people. And just in Santiago alone, the capital city of Chile, we're about 7 million. So as soon as COVID hit, it started to spread like rapid fire. So our COVID journey started about 1.5 years ago in March last year, mid-March. And so it's been a long time of lockdowns, in and out of lockdown. So it's been really tough.
For those of our families, because we're currently in level 4 lockdown here in Aotearoa, back home, can you give our families a little bit of a taste, I guess, what lockdown looks like in Chile?
Our first lockdown started in, like I said, mid-March last year. We decided to self-isolate a week earlier because we saw how fast the cases were spreading. We saw them go from, say, 300 cases per day to 1,000 in about 2 weeks' time. So we thought the best thing to do was to keep ourselves safe and stay at home. So we went hard and fast like you did in New Zealand, and we were hoping that everybody would do the same, but they didn't. And so what happened was that COVID spread like wildfire, and we were in lockdown for our first lockdown lasted 3.5 months, almost 4 months straight. So that was the hardest one because we're a lot more strict in our first lockdown, which meant we live in mostly apartments here in the city. So a lot of us couldn't even leave the front door of our apartment to use our communal areas, our gardens, our car parks. We've got 2 small kids here, and they were 2 and 3 at the time. And so it would have been nice to take them outside to the garden to run, but they had to stay in our 3-bedroom apartment for 3.5 months straight. And it was tough, really tough.
Definitely, and well, just thinking about that 3.5 months straight being stuck at home, you know, hat goes off to you and your wānau. What are some types of, I guess, mechanisms that helped you fellas get through that time?
Yeah, so we knew that we had to keep ourselves busy. So my partner and I decided to start exercising. We looked online at the Les Mills free workouts on YouTube. There's another one called Pop Sugar that we started doing just to keep ourselves busy. During the day, we had to kind of take shifts, make a routine for ourselves and take shifts and looking after the kids. So in the morning, I would give my partner a decent amount of time to get a lot of his work done that he had to get done during the day because he's the only one working between us. And so I was with the kids majority of the time, and I tried to keep them busy with things that they would typically be doing in their kindergartens. And so their kindergartens were really helpful as well, and they sent us ideas of what we could do to keep them busy, and so that's what we did.
Awesome. And definitely, without a doubt, that's probably one of the biggest jobs, I guess, is keeping our kids occupied during these hard times, as it's so easy for our kids to lose track, and just go off and, they really want to go to McDonald's and whatnot. I guess as far as your community goes, what measures have been put in place to, I guess, keep the community a bit safer?
Well, we started with wearing masks in the beginning. So that was in March last year. And over time, we realized that just wearing masks alone and sanitizing, it wasn't proving to be as effective as getting the vaccines. And so majority of us have had our vaccines now. I think we're at about 70% vaccinated, fully vaccinated. And that's helped tremendously. We're out of lockdown now. We've been out of lockdown for about a month, and that's since March last year, in and out of full lockdown since then. So it's a bit of a relief for us now to be able to go out and enjoy life. And after so long of being in quarantine, we've almost forgotten what that's like. Like, can we do this? Can we do that? Yes, we can. No, we can't. Do we have to wear a mask? Yes. So
definitely, and all those things we kind of take for granted, before we all went into lockdown. So I'm so happy for you fellas that you have come out of lockdown. I guess what are the feelings, or what's the wāhine like, as far as keeping ourselves ahead, making sure we don't go back into lockdown?
Just keeping yourselves safe, staying home whenever you're told to stay home. I think that was our biggest mistake, was that I was looking out over my balcony and still seeing people out on the streets when our numbers were skyrocketing. And so I think that was the best thing that we could have done ourselves, regardless of what other people were doing, is to keep ourselves safe. And keeping ourselves safe is keeping other people safe as well. So that and getting vaccinated.
Yes, definitely. And that has been a big issue for us here in Aotearoa, the vaccination rollout, encouraging our people to get vaccinated, as it's real. If there's anything, I guess, you could say to our families about the awareness of how fast this could spread, what would that be?
I think my biggest advice would be, just don't be embarrassed if you don't know what's going on, or if the information you haven't received the information yet. But the COVID virus is very real, and I've experienced it here. Our families have experienced it. Unfortunately, we know people personally who have had whānau pass away from COVID-related issues. And so it is very real, and I guess just try to keep yourself educated with what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, then I don't know, try to find out, ask your doctors, ask your friends, and stay away from the negativity as well, because I've seen a lot of stuff on social media being passed around that's just negative after negative comment after negative comment, and I don't think that's very helpful at all. So try to stay positive, keep yourself safe, wear your masks when you're out in public, always sanitizing your hands. And like I said, we've all had the vaccines here, and I know thousands of people who have received the vaccines and no one's had any bad side effects. We're all safe, and we're all able to go out now. So we're at the end of our COVID journey. Here's hoping.
Wicked. Thank you so much for that, Christine. As that, I feel that will actually help our families a lot to hear that. You are the first person I know that actually knows somebody that's had COVID, or that's got sick from COVID. So I guess it's a little bit more reassuring that it definitely is real, e te wānau. But before we do go, I guess, before we do wrap up, Christine, look, what is it like to be in Chile? For us here in Wanganui, in Raetihi on the river, we're quite small. But, just give our wāno just a little insight on what it's like in Chile.
Well, in Chile, in Santiago, it's a bustling city, very fast-paced. Everyone's working in business-related jobs. Chile is a lot like New Zealand. We're kind of on the same latitude. So the south of Chile is a lot like the South Island. What else? We speak Spanish here. I'm learning Spanish. I took a class of Spanish in our last lockdown. And so that's another thing that people can do if they get bored in lockdown. I think the universities even have free courses that you could do online. So, yeah.
Oh, wicked. Thank you so much. Look, it has been awesome talking with you today, and I do hope that our wāno can take something from this conversation, obviously spreading awareness more around COVID-19 and Delta and the realness, that comes with it. So before we do go, Christine, is there anything else you would like to say to our families who are all watching?
Stay safe, keep yourself safe, look after your elderly in your area, take care of people who have small kids like myself. And just stay positive.
Tēnā koe, Christine. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Stay home.
Stay safe. Te aki wāna, te aki waka papa.